This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey, it's Mrs.
Hey.
Kitty Cat.
And it's Pat.
This
and
is
this
Seek Treatment,
Seek
a
Treatment.
podcast about
boys,
sex,
sex,
fucking,
dating, and love, and everything that comes with all of
and
that.
all of that crazy, stupid love in between. Now,
and all the things.
we're
and all the things,
live.
and it's also a podcast about all the things that happen while you're busy making other plans.
Right, which is when God's laughing hysterically at what you've done. And we're live in the studio, by which I mean we're not live and we're not in a studio, but we are emotionally live in the studio with put your ears open for Jared Freid.
Hello, everyone. I am here emotionally live with you guys. Mr.
This
Big
is long
Dog,
overdue.
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. You know,
Of course, what an
it's
honor.
quite an
What
honor. You're, a very esteemed podcaster, stand-up. You really do it all. And you really make me laugh every day. I'm a huge fan. And let me tell you this, Pat, what number? Because would you identify as a straight man?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Would you be?
So that might make...
Take it. It's there.
Sure.
It's there for the taking.
That's
grab
me.
on. Come on in, water's
When it's
warm.
on the table, when it's on the table, you gotta grab
Gotta
it.
go for it.
That must make
I
him
think
number
this
like
is-
5 or
think-
6.
Probably, I think 6 or
Yeah.
7. I think 6 or 7.
That's
We've had very few straight men.
That's become my
So you're in
comedic-
the elite company.
That's become my comedic thing. I am the bridge to the straight male world for a lot of podcasts. I'm
It's
generally
awesome.
the first or one of the few to go on a lot of shows that don't generally have the straight male voice. So I'm happy that finally
And-
us straight men can get on a podcast. You know, we don't do
That's
And
beautiful.
we don't do
Yeah.
this usually.
Create that space.
Right.
Create that space. And hey, guess what? Leave the door open behind you.
Yeah,
listen,
That's what I always
for
say.
the other straight men.
I don't guard that gate. I don't keep it.
Jared, don't you dare pull up the ladder behind
No,
you.
no. I'm here. I'm the plow. I'm here to plow through. I'm moving the snow out of the way.
So what's
Oh my
going
God,
on with
I'm
your
like, I'm
love life?
having-
Can we get into it? Like, what's going on
Right
with
into
you?
it?
Are you saying?
I'm singy, ready to mingy.
Oh my God, and you're in Europe
You are
about to
ready.
just slam and rock.
Yeah, or just cuddle and sexually disappoint. One of that's kind of like my move. No, I
Are you a
go ahead.
Are you a big cuddler? And then I have a second question.
I'm a big cuddler, and sometimes that's seen as oh, we're serious. This is for real. But I think there's got to be a middle ground on cuddling.
Totally.
Listen, I don't care that we don't know each other's middle names. Let's have a night.
Right.
Let's act like we're
So it's-
together.
Totally.
When it's all about pressing up against
And
someone.
can I
At
ask
the end
a
of the day, life
follow-up?
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
life is about pressing up against
Right.
someone. And then
Like
wait,
a
I just
newborn
have
baby,
my
skin to
follow-up.
skin.
I carved out my question that I had a follow up. So I do want to say that follow up because I did put in that carve
I know,
out.
and then
Yeah.
you made me want to carve. You made me want to carve as well.
I
Chisel
know,
away.
but you got to carve before it's
Go
already
ahead,
carved, baby
Pat. Go
girl.
ahead,
See,
Mr. P.
Okay, this is all right. And then another thing, I just want to quickly say we have to stop calling everyone sweet angel baby genius in Instagram stories. We're just because it's this week. Everyone isn't a sweet angel baby genius.
I missed
know.
out on the
Also-
sweet angel baby genius cut. I'm gonna.
If you have it, I mean,
I know, I do
At
it too.
this point,
Every
you
post,
can't-
I'm like, okay, worked with these absolute iconic geniuses on this life-changing project from heaven. It's like, okay, I'm lying at this point.
If Instagram's to be believed, you can't kick a rock. You can't throw a rock without hitting a sweet angel BB genius.
Yeah.
But also in straight people, and I guess I could
In
ask that
straight
at the same
people.
time. In straight people, is it always like this when you're cuddling? Is it just such an obvious given that the guy is the big spoon?
No,
'Cause sometimes in movies
Pat.
you see big
No,
girl-
don't ever
No,
put us.
don't-
Don't
and it-
ever,
come
ever
on.
talk to us like that
asking.
again.
This is why
Cuddling-
this is why I carved it out because I want to know.
Cuddling's
You're
on a
here to learn.
spectrum.
Carved it out.
Stop that. Don't put us. Don't put us in that. Don't make me. Don't gender this. Don't.
I'm
Don't
gen-
listen. I had to come on here and be the progressive.
This is Pride
I'm
Month. This
genuinely
is Pride
curious.
Month. Us teaching
Right.
you about straight cuddling.
Right.
I'm genuinely curious. And then when the girl is the big spoon,
Totally.
when the female identifying partner is the big spoon, is that sort of treated with a sense of levity and almost subversion? Like, oh my gosh, that's what
No,
we're doing this
can
time.
I jump in? It really, to me,
Please.
it's almost like I'm clinging to, I'm so tiny. I'm like riding a log down a stream. I'm clinging to his back. I'm like, and I love it. I'm like, my mouth's in his like neck area and I'm like kind of clawing and it just feels, I'm grabbing his chest. Like it feels, my leg's on top of his leg. It's amazing.
Right. It's a good
Totally.
feeling. And it's like getting the other half of the massage. You start on your back and then you roll over. Like I want all the
Totally.
massage. You know, I
Totally.
want
You
all
want
the
both.
cuddling. I want the full experience, the full body.
You know, one of my
Don't
dreams
you
in
think
life,
everyone?
forehand massage. Forehand massage.
Oh, I don't need
Forehand.
that. I don't need that.
That's when two people do you at once.
Really?
Craving.
I thought you meant forehand like tennis.
No, babe.
Whoa,
number.
that's luxury. Like 2 on your
I'm
feet,
crazy.
1 on your scalp.
Oh!
My dad is a big massage bragger. My dad gets his massage. He always brings it up. He goes, I just do, what are they called? The limbs. He goes, no back.
No.
And then he'll,
Wow. 'Cause now that is a straight. That's a straight us man. That's a
That's
heterosexual
so
man.
funny.
Thank you very
Just
much.
limbs.
only extremities. He's like, no back. And he brags about it. He gets out of the massage. He goes, when I go, no back. He does the same thing with Thanksgiving. He goes, no turkey, all sides. Nobody does that but me. And I'm like, okay, you can have this
Obsessed.
one. Yeah, but he
I
goes
have to
all
say,
extremities.
I didn't expect to jump
I
on and
gotta-
hear something for the absolute first time, but no back is completely blowing my mind.
No
No,
back.
back is almost dangerous.
He also claimed he hated
Is it
Reese's
about-
the other day. He loves a hot take. He was hot takes before hot takes. Always the other side of every debate. That's my whole life.
He's quite contrarian.
Yes.
He's quite your
Mary,
father's
Mary.
quite
Is your father's name
contrarian.
Mary? Because he's being quite contrary.
That's right.
Wait, is it brother or father? Is it brother or father?
It's my dad. He's the original he's the original devil's advocate. That's my whole life. That's all he does. And he takes a lot of pride in it. He thinks he's
Right.
the only one to ever do no back. Like it's a genius
I mean,
move.
but no back, I think he might be the first to do it and don't touch my back during a massage.
Do not touch
Wait,
my
is
back.
Is it like my back is temperamental? You don't know what you're
Nope.
doing, sweetheart. So don't even get in there. Really, it's just like it's
craving.
not
He
good.
wants-
It's just like I don't like
He
that.
wants his shoulder. He wants his scalp. He wants his toes. He wants the soles of his feet. He wants his calves. Just
Jared,
don't. He thinks a lot
shoulder.
of time is wasted on the back. He thinks it's an
Jared.
inefficiency.
Shoulder is
That's
back.
actually fair.
Shoulder
I
is
feel
back.
Shoulders
feel
not
irritated.
back. Tell that to the wax. Tell that to the
Shoulders
woman I get my
back.
waxing from. Those are 2 different things.
Why do you wax your back?
No,
I
I
love a hairy situation. What do you?
No,
what do
I
you,
have
what
a
are you
hairy
running from?
chest, hairless back.
That's good.
I think that's cool.
No, because-
you know what I'm going up against.
What's that?
I'm going up against being pretty bare chested and bare backed, but my legs are quite hairy, and I just feel like it sets up false, especially in this gay culture
Right.
these circles that I swim in. And as of you, I'm 36 plus, but I'll be kind enough to myself to say I do probably present younger. And I think that when they see that bare chest, it sets up a certain expectation of like a true twink could.
Right.
And then they get to these hairy legs, and then like, well, now you've gotten some what is it? You've gotten some Skittles in my M&Ms here. This was what I was expecting to bite into.
Oh my
I
god.
agree. That's the thing I kind of envy the most about the gay community. They are incredibly upfront and honest about what they want, who they
Right.
want.
Totally.
And it's like, don't mess with that. Don't. Skittles and the M&Ms is the perfect thing. Like, I don't just want candy. I want specific hairless
Yes.
candy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I want to get this quote right,
Exactly.
but I haven't watched last night's episode, so please, no spoilers. But there was a great pull quote from a Love Island moment this season where she goes, this guy was like, "Are you having fun?" And she was like, "It's just like a bags of Skittles." She said she was like a bag. Wait, what is the quote? I want to
Is
get it right.
Is it British?
Are
Is
you
it
watching?
British?
No,
Is
it's
it British?
American and it's actually good.
I watched. So I tried with American Love Island. I love a dating show.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you
it is
recapping?
homework. No, I'm not recapping. It is homework though. Like it's a lot of show.
I know.
Like
I think we should
I
recap.
know.
Listen.
I would love to recap.
I'm DTR.
All right.
I I just the show when people are like, oh, I'm like rotting and watching Love Island, I'm like, you might actually be rotting. Like it is so much show. The opening episode was an hour and 47 minutes. That's a 5-hour TV show with commercials.
It was too short. It was too short.
Do you know what the first,
I wanted more.
Do you know what the first?
Look at me. I'm wearing a nightgown right now. So what can I say?
Yeah, everyone's the grandparents from Wonka.
The first crack in the dam was Bachelor in Paradise, where they said, we're going to give you 2-hour episodes a week. And that made everyone think, wow, we can really get these people to rot.
Right.
And that's when like
Bed
everyone
sores.
started playing
Love
with
Island
time.
is
Do you know what I mean?
one of the main causes of bed sores in this country today.
It's kind of like changed my whole vision on it. Like I used to hear people be like, I'm going to rot and watch Love Island. I would be like, oh, that's kind of cute. They're in their sweats and their comfy cozies. And now I'm like, no, you like need to shower. Like it is like,
I promise.
It's changed how I view them. I like the show, and now but everyone's like I'm on episode 6 still, and people are like, you got to get to 12. I'm like, that's like telling me like run 15 miles. Like that's like so much.
I know. And by the way, half the episodes, it's like you're not even getting to kind of some kind of satisfying crunch. You're not getting to like an eviction ceremony or whatever it is, like a dump. No one's getting dumped from the island. You're watching 16 hours of content to get to that next round of dumping.
It's a game that has no The games that they play are just I don't even understand the rules. I'm like, who's won?
There are no.
Like,
the rules are make out and
right.
shake your ass, which is awesome.
And
I love.
And I just want to see like I'm sitting here on episode 6. It's totally, but I guess I am sex negative. I didn't mean to be this.
Yeah. So is Pat. So is Pat. It's okay.
Yeah. Pat thinks that we cuddle by holding hands in the straight community.
I was curious. I would just think that the girl would. I was wondering. Like I just was wondering because I do think it's always like sometimes with gay, it's almost like your job. I do think on some level everyone wants to be the little spoon. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, we all want to be baby.
Well, this is
so of course
right.
when
this is also very gay coded. Like you again to go back to like. Who am I in the gay community? You would say the rules are the rules. I've already signed up to be twink. I've already signed up top bottom. Like, in the straight community, we're almost more progressive. We're almost more,
Totally, you're all versed.
I'll do it all.
Straights are all versed.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're always flip fucking, I always say. Do you know that I got a somewhat I got a quasi kind of like sexual massage a little while ago?
Yeah.
And afterwards this guy, like, it was his apartment, and I just wanted a massage, and he did, but it was like a gay site, because I was like, I don't know. And
back or no back?
He was like, do you want?
Yeah. No back, just cock.
Back.
Okay,
It was a cock forward.
But he said, do you? And then after, like, he basically, so he gave me options. He was like, you can have regular or sexual.
Is that how he said it?
It was obviously different. He said erotic.
Oh, love.
So
erotic
this was like an
regular?
appointment?
Erotic. This was like I wanted a massage. It was like I literally would have went to a normal massage place, but I was like, it was like last minute, and I did Google gay masseuse just because it's just like it's fun when there's this little hint of possibility, whatever. But I actually get very turned off when it is this preordained, and I'm like, well,
right.
Isn't the dream that you're massaging and oh my god, you've fallen in
overcome.
love somehow over the course?
The stripper falls in love with you, so to speak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I wasn't right. Yes, exactly.
To put it in straight language, I'm sorry, I have to translate some of
I've
this.
never danced on a man this good.
Right. Oh my God. She's getting her college degree.
But I wasn't ready to like really truly broker out an erotic massage. So I was like, I'll just do regular. And then he, whatever, like towards the end, he kind of like basically like he was getting close to everything. And it was like, obviously it was like kind of already erotic thing. And then in the middle of that, he goes, do you want to upgrade?
Oh my
Do you want to
God.
upgrade to erotic? And he gave me like a slight discount. So obviously I was like, okay, fine. So
wow. What? Did he flip
Sex
over
on
the
sale.
iPad? He flipped over the iPad. He's like, you can upgrade.
He's like, I'm gonna give you my code.
Discount sex.
He
So
gave me
that's a
friends
title
and-
for something.
Right.
friends and family.
Friends
But
and
then
family
he
discount.
texted me after that. This was the funniest thing was like he texted me after and was like, thanks man, you're really chill.
No.
it's just funny to get erotic massaged by someone and then be told by them that you're chill. It's like, what did I do that was chill during it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
The whole thing's professional, and then it moves to this like friendly, not professional thing. He's blurred the lines.
So,
like I'm okay with.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Is there something?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, is there something hot?
No, Jared,
is there something hot about being like, we're just like, one of my friends used to be like, I was just broing out, and it's like they're just jerking off together. Do you like that?
It's very odd. Do I like it? Do you like it, Jared?
No,
do you like
I was asking Pat, but babe, why not?
That's not. I've never heard of the broing out in that way.
I like it. You know, I always write these narratives like if I ever choose to watch porn once in a blue moon, and so there's I would say like in
you
the
dabble.
Once, I mean, very rarely. I don't remember the last time, but like in the aughts, gay porn was very about like cargo shorts, like sectional sofa, frat brother. It was like very much painting this picture, and everyone had a very specific look that was sort of Abercrombie. And you can, and obviously all those videos are still available on the internet.
Fitch. I'll take a river how
But, you know,
witch. That was such a good song.
But I always like sort of add my own story element. It's not fun to me, I guess, if it's just two gay guys. It's just two straight guys that decide to jerk off together. But like when they are fucking, I'm always coming up with these new scenarios that I play out in my head that I cast that porn actors in, and I write my own sort of like prologue for it. And my new one is like, whoever is, okay, I like it when the bottom seems a little bit younger and the other one is like older, but not so much older. And this scenario is this, like the younger one is going on his big brother's bachelor party with all his broy friends that he's kind of scared of. And there's one who's so hot and he's being really nice to him and they do Molly and he's like kind of his first time on Molly, whatever. And then that one's kind of taking advantage of him because he's like secretly gay, the top one. So they go back to the hotel room. So they all look kind of like hotel rooms before everyone else is still out for the night. And he's like, no, bro, let's just go back to the hotel room. And this young guy doesn't even know what he's getting himself into. He's like just out of college or something.
But does the young guy know he's gay or no?
On some level, but he would never like want to engage with it consciously. Right. And he would never in a million years want his older brother to know.
Of course.
Or his older brother's friends. So he's terrified because he knows this truth about himself and he's surrounded by this exact thing that scares him so much, which is like his older brother's friends, bachelor party, they're going to strip clubs. It's like he's kind of panicked. The Molly alleviates it. He goes back with the one that he has a crush on but can't quite process that, whatever. And then that one sort of makes a move on him and it's kind of like it's like, and then he gets fucked and it's kind of like the whole time he's like, you cannot tell my brother. Isn't that cool?
I like that you at first were like, I kind of dabble in porn, and then you had the most in-depth storyline. Like there are movies written less thoroughly than that off the cuff. Here's what I kind of like version of porno, but I was there all the way. I mean, there was characters, there was backgrounds. We got the history of the young guy, right? I do like that your version of porn, like what that era of porn is like the frat pack. It's like you're kind of taking what the movies were popular then, like 40-Year-Old Virgin and those movies. You're basically like, what's the porn version of this? Like the the Hangover, and it makes a lot of sense considering the timeline.
Totally. It's very like someone has a secret they feel terrible about, and like, but in one moment they just say fuck it all. I'm gonna get fucked by this. My brother's
right. McLovin is like afraid that Owen Wilson will find out. Like I'm even casting this. Like I even see the cast.
Yes,
I know. You guys should collab. You guys should work on this.
I mean, we gotta write this.
Collab on a gay porn.
There we go.
What if we put out a gay porn? No, we're just the writers.
Yeah. Wait, should we dive in?
Yeah, let's
so
dive in.
On this pod, we only ask one question. It's who were you, who are you, and who do you want to be?
And who do you want to be?
Wow, this is way deeper than I thought it would ever go. Who was I?
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
We're pretty complex.
Yeah.
You guys are complex.
Who were you in high school?
What were you like in high school?
Thank you.
See, like, this is the question that I think makes a lot of straight men uncomfortable. Like, this is like a not said thing in the straight
because you were cool. You were cool. You were a dick.
I was definitely cool, but like even saying that I was cool makes me like cringe at myself. And like I was definitely at a party, but like if you were like, were you friends with that group? I always use like the term I've used this a lot where I'm like, when someone's like, do you know that person? I was like, same party, different car. So like when I talk about like your good friends, it's the people in your car in high school. And then there was this like larger group that was at the party. So I was like, when someone's like, who are your best friends? I'm like, that's my car. But like, who are you friends with? I was at a pretty big party in high school. Like I felt like, and maybe someone would say, I don't know. I felt like I was at a party with a big group, and it wasn't like jocks and nerds. It was just like a big group of people who socialize. Like, I don't know. Is that a very political answer?
No, that's how it really is. That's what like movies get wrong. It's like, that was always my stress.
Right.
Growing up was watching like teenage movies, but it's not like this. There's no tables with all the different like with the mathletes and then the jocks and whatever. And I always wanted that to be the case because it's so simple, but it's actually not. It's like a group of random people at a party.
But that also probably makes us cool because we weren't sitting there thinking, look at these pieces of shit. Like I didn't really think that way. So like, you know what I mean? Like I think like if you're like not invited or you're not at the party, you're probably like, look at the, or maybe not. Maybe I'm inventing that now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think like this idea of like everything's split up, I think is written by maybe a loner. Whereas like I'm a pretty social person always. So like, I never really thought of that. I'd be like, oh, well, those guys are friends because they associate with these types of things. But like, you know, like when I was at a party, it was just like a, you know, like, or hung out, it was just a big, huge group. And like I still keep up with like high school people. Like I still, you know, my car, to speak, I still text with them, and you know, I get the best text you can get is friend who didn't leave the hometown area who runs into another person from the hometown area. Because then you and the friends get to like just really gnaw at the bone of that person's history. And discuss them and trash them. And then like, you know, there's like a trashing and then you like prop them up. You go, but they were awesome for this. Like it's a real like roller coaster of emotion that you go through with like just talking about this one person. So I have that group chat, which I like love.
Yes. I have a similar with my college friends where it's like, it's a lot of like screen grabs of like the most random person you could ever think of from college is like Instagram posts. And it's like, and then just like unlocking true core memories. Like that is what life is about.
Right. Oh that gets you through a Tuesday. Who are you guys?
Did you have a girlfriend in high school?
No, I was not like I was like a friend of women, friend of girl, not boyfriend guy.
You were.
Yeah, no.
You were kind of a Xander.
When did you have your first GF?
Not even like college. Like I definitely like, cause like,
when did you have your first GF? Not even.
Not even. Not yet. Like, nothing yet.
No, like
no back.
Right. Maybe that existed, but like not in a real form. You know, like it was like definitely college and like definitely like late with that stuff. You know, so to speak.
And that's why you're funny.
I didn't come out till 25.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, I hope I'm.
It's a huge part. It's a huge part.
But
wait,
like,
where did you grow up again?
Outside of Boston. I'm from Needham, which is like I went back a couple years ago, and it was like, man, I grew up in Mayberry. Like it was like, in Massachusetts. I don't know if you guys know. You know, it's like
my cousins live in Needham.
Do they really?
And it is idyllic. It's
beautiful.
Wow.
That's what you mean by Mayberry,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, totally idyllic. And it's like, it used to be Irish Catholic. Then now it's considered this big Jewish area. My neighborhood was like it was called Hanukkah Heights. It was Needham Heights. Everyone called it Hanukkah Heights. You know, like that was kind of, you know, Boston's a very, you know, loudly divided, like in this like fun, like, oh, that's where the Jews live, you know, like that type of thing. That's, you know, so I just remember, but now it's funny, like when people are like, you're from Needham, woo! Everyone's like, oh, like Mr. Rich guy. Like I was in the rich part, but I wasn't, you know, it wasn't rich town.
Yeah.
But I like the, you know, now, like to me, the rich town was Wellesley. Like that was, but now everyone reacts as if I grew up in like, you know, the King's, you know, Royal Council or some shit.
Yeah, I think that my cousins that live in Needham are rich. Now it's like it's got a rep, but And the last time I was in Needham, I have 3. Oh, sorry,
no, go ahead.
I'm trying to be better about interrupting.
You're doing
you guys
perfect.
are doing great. Yeah.
Whatever. Don't ever say that.
Don't shut the fuck up, Jared.
No, my other memory of Needham is the last time I was at Needham was when I performed at that. I did stand up at a deli in Boston, and then or not even in Boston, like in a different suburb of Boston. And I was staying at my cousin's in Needham, and there were 3 teenage girls. And I've
Oh
been
my God, I
told,
met
like,
them.
no, you did not.
When they came to the
Oh, yes, you
Wilbur.
did. Yes, that family. That family.
I love that family. They had amazing energy.
And one of their teachers, imagine this, you're a teenage girl, you see one of your teachers from your high school go up on stage at C Treatment to be grilled about her sexual history.
It was one of her teachers?
Like a gay guy and her friend. It was a girl that worked there. It was like one of them texted me.
Oh
and
my
was like,
God, that's so funny.
The person who went up, like, she works at my school. I saw her. I was like, oh, it was the most unique audience member we brought up that night too.
It's all blurs
The one with
together.
the
They were
biggest
so
story.
And again, yeah, and I'll say that, of course, unique cannot be modified. It's an absolute. It would be like saying someone's the most unique is something like saying something is the most best.
Right.
So I apologize. So I do apologize for that, and we'll
the
definitely
comment
consider
section's
even
going
editing it out.
crazy after that one.
Why did Pat just modify unique?
Okay, first of all, he's not interrupting, but he is
um,
modifying unique. Please.
Yeah.
But those girls are the ones that, like, I did the deli. So I had been told by a man, Jared, that he was going to go. I was in New York at the time. He was going back to LA to think about if he wanted to dump me or not.
I have
and
something to
was
tell
like,
you about that.
oh yeah, so this guy had been like, I'm gonna go to LA and think about if I want to dump you. And of course, now having more self worth, I would have been like, hey, if it's not a hell yes, it's a fuck no. But at the time I was like,
What comes out of your mouth?
But at the time I was like, okay, well, definitely
her
like
name?
let me
Oh,
know
Mel
if you're any more mature
Mel
for me.
Robbins,
To go
yeah,
through your
sorry.
mature. Wait, what was her name?
Mel
Called her
Brown
Mel
from the
Brown.
Spice Girls.
Right.
No,
I'm in England. I'm in the UK. Sorry, it took over me.
Oi, mate. That's not it.
Noise.
But then, like I was saying, yeah.
This
I
is
was
so good.
staying
You
at my
guys have
cousin's.
no idea how good this is. Ah,
Oh, what is it? That is the thing
Ice
about Love Island is it's like
water.
ASMR water bottle.
ice water.
So
It's
good.
100 degrees in my apartment. I'll tell you that.
I've been trying to get myself to do the thing. You know when they say, Jared, are you good about doing things like keeping a tidy space or
No.
like just self-care things like on that basic level?
No,
Me
I'm
neither.
very proud of myself for now at 38. Now I'm 40. At 38, I started flossing on a regular basis. And
Nice.
like it's the most
Yeah, I
proud of
have.
myself I've ever been. Like I've never started a new
That's huge.
positive
What's your
habit.
sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Love. You know I'm Pisces rising. Ah!
Pisces. Wait, so what is that, March? What is that,
February,
March?
late February, February 21st.
Feb is crazy. That's so rare to be Feb.
I know. I'm so different.
Well, it's rarer than any month.
Yeah.
So who are,
It's rarer than any.
who are you now?
birthday
Like,
month.
how do we get to a clean 40-year-old man with no hair on his back but hair on his chest?
That's right. And it's in the shape of a phoenix. It's like a little bird on my
That's
chest.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You guys
I'm
make sure to
proud
check
of
out
it.
the YouTube. Make
That
sure to
is
check out the
cool.
YouTube for the video
Wait,
because his shirt is
Can I ask
awesome.
Yeah.
one more question about so the waxing? You're going to a place. How often do you go?
European Wax Center, which is the best. I go once a month.
Really?
I have a person. My dad, my family, like my dad, my brother, and I, we used to go like when I'm like hanging with my parents and my brother, like we go for manicures and pedicures. Like we've been doing this since I've been like,
That's so
I
fun.
12.
love that.
yeah, like I
Oh, so you're dad.
I never realized that like all these things were like a weird, this is just what we always did. Like,
Do you mean metrosexual? Is that the word you're searching for?
Are you coming out as an? Oh, so you're not the seventh straight man.
Oh, so you're the first
metrosexual man.
metrosexual to come
the
on our
first
podcast.
one. When that term came out, I was like, that's kind of what we do already. Like I never understood it. I don't know. Like, yeah, the waxing stuff, I basically like, I just think it looks bad. Like I think especially like the hair that, Catherine, the hair that you're thinking of is like, it's like a mane. Like I think sometimes most men, their backs are like, it looks like dirt's kind of strewn about it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Did you see the picture of like
I wanna
Travis
get-
Kelce with his shirt off?
No.
There's a
let me
picture,
find that.
yeah,
Can you show us that?
He's changing it. He's in his bathing suit, and it's after the beach. It was in page 6 like a month ago, and I just looked at his back and I was
Kelce
like,
after the beach.
right, it's at page 6, and I looked at that picture and I was like, needs a wax. Like that was like the first thing. It was like
Really?
breathing to me. I go, guys, got to get a wax. Like I couldn't even. It was like
I
sneezing. It was
totally
like
see what you mean.
a reaction.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should get a wax.
And then you're.
What do you think's going
it's-
on with them, by the way?
I think they both get off. I think like the underrated thing about Taylor Swift is how much of a capitalist she is. Like I think she is
Totally.
like it's something that never gets mentioned because people are so afraid of her audience. I love her music. I think she's great. I have nothing against her success. I'm just saying she loves winning, making money.
Yes.
There it is. Isn't that a back that needs a waxing?
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
you know
like
what it is?
that,
It's like,
Catherine. Come on.
no, because what I like, it's like if it was on the top, it would be different, but it's all like on the bottom. So
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
That's
I'm with
so.
you.
I kind of have.
That's why shoulders and back are two different things. Not to go,
Shut
not to
the
bring up
fuck
old news,
up.
not
Shut
to bring
the
up old
fuck
stories,
up.
not to bring up drama, not to
Wait.
bring up drama.
I meant to ask my follow-up question about
Yeah.
the cuddling,
Okay.
which is, do you run hot?
I run hot, but not hot enough to
Stop the
refuse
cuddling.
the
Yeah.
cuddling. So I
Respect.
will
Yes.
do, my move is, and probably a lot of people's move is big comforter between my legs, one out, one
Oh.
in. AC
Incredible.
Yeah.
on.
Oh, perfect.
AC on,
Yes.
ass out, back up, the
That's
whole
the way
deal.
I like to. That's the way I like to
cuddle.
sleep.
Yeah.
Do you sleep in the nude?
I wear mesh shorts, nothing else. And
Cool.
Exclusively
nude to
mesh.
me, this is something that I've had women where I've been in bed with them and they're naked and like we'll hook up and then I'll be like, okay, like mesh shorts
I get
on,
it.
let me get comfy.
Yeah.
And they're like offended by that. They don't
I
like
would be,
it. It's
I
the-
would be offended. I
you would be offended?
Yeah.
See, this
No,
is
it's
something
Like,
I've
just
always
be
not a
naked.
thing.
Be naked with me. Like,
Right,
maybe
but like
No,
down the
balls,
line
like
in the
balls are
relationship.
out. Like I kind of want them tucked in.
let them. Mel Brown, let them.
Mel Brown, yeah, you're right. Mel Brown did.
Isn't Mel Brown is a Spice Girl?
Yeah.
Mel Brown
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
Spice
Mel
Girl.
B.
Melanie Chisholm and Melanie Brown.
Right.
The girls.
Um.
Now,
Our girls.
Hey.
our girls. Well, you're in England, so they're really your girls right now.
Right. They're coming.
what was I
I'm
gonna
on their podcast
say?
after.
Wait, so what is going on with your love life? Are you looking? When's the last time you were in a relationship?
So I was living with someone in 2020, and then
That's when I met
2020
you, remember, on Zoom?
Yes, and you came on my podcast, and I was living in the apartment with them, and then
Yes.
we broke up, and since then it's been like 3 to 6 monthers, and it's
Yeah.
been kind of hard for me to like get over that hump of like, and like, listen, this is where like I become like the mouthpiece for straight men in the dating world. I kind of have to like put words and emotions to a lot of the stuff that they get, are doing in the dating world. Because I'm like, I'm going through that. I understand like when a woman says I'm so confused, I'm like, well, I can explain exactly what's going on and I can give an emotion and I can say like how I feel in that. And I think it's been nice for some people. Some people don't want to hear it at all. I get that. Some people are like, go fuck yourself. I don't want to make this person human at all. I want to blame them. And that's okay. I get that.
Right,
but I'm
right.
like, but there's a lot of times
right.
where I'm like, especially on my podcast, they go, well, what are you thinking during this? And that's all I do. I just like say like, well, I'm thinking this, and that, and I can tell you exactly what's going on.
Right. Once again, you're a bridge.
I'm the bridge. That's right.
Yeah. I do think that's good. I think it's like, I do think your brain goes in, when someone's confusing to you, it really does a number on your brain. And I think even if it's like unpleasant in the moment to hear what's going on, it makes it easier to like understand and move forward.
The goal is like less personal, which even feels even worse to some people. Like I understand that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but some people, they go, oh, it wasn't like, I think a lot of times in the straight dating world, there's a need to like, and especially from women, I do think there's societal stuff. It's like a need to like explain what happened. And the only way to like come out the other end explaining what happened is to figure out how to make the other person an evil person who fucked up. And instead of, because then it's like, oh, well, I'm not fucked up, which no one's saying you are, but that's the defense mechanism, I think. And I mean, you see TikTok is like I live in fear of TikTok because, all it, there's like, the women like shout each other up to the heavens, like it's like I made a video the other day and it was like I hate when you hear these like TikTokers that are like they always come back and they're all cocky about it and like they always come back and I'm like, well, you're not finishing the advice. They always come back for what they left. They don't come back to be more. So why are you being cocky about this? This is not a good thing when they come back. It's actually them being mean to you, and it's you being hopeful that they're going to be better than they were before.
Yeah,
but when people
God,
come back, they come back at the same contract they left you on. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wise.
Wow, you're smart.
But let me ask
Listen,
you this,
You're
Jared.
very
I
smart.
look around.
Thank
I
you.
look around this town.
all the
so
sights and
many,
scenes.
so many amazing, beautiful women who are single, can't find a guy. What's going on, and why don't you want any of them?
It's a good point. It's a good. This is
What's going
gotcha
on with you?
journalism. This is well.
Don't be scared of TikTok. Be scared
well,
of
I miss-
kitty cat.
There's something to be said for, I think, discernment and like wanting and being more calculated and intentional dating.
I thank you. That answer, but I'll also
Retweet.
I go out with. There's no one. I don't go out with people I don't like or aren't attracted to and don't think are great. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't stop dating them because there's never a moment where I've stopped dating someone because they're not worthy. Like that's not what it is. I'm like,
Right.
I'm just like, you know, I definitely, it's my own things, but it's also like, I do have like a romantic bone in my body where I'm going to be like, I think like there was this big thing made of like the Disney princesses, how it sells women this like false, you know, sense of what dating is and what Prince Charming. It was all fake. It wasn't real. I think there's a male version of that where it's like the coming of age movie. Every coming of age movie about a man is like this girl that made me just forget everything else. And, you know, she's cool and she plays video games and she's chill. And I think that's like the male version of the Prince Eric,
That's
you know,
so
like,
funny. Totally.
so I don't know. So my bumbling answer is that I don't really have a good answer. And it's probably a lot to do with me.
No, I think also,
Have
but
you
also
ever
as a
been
man, you have the
heartbroken?
luxury of you're not under any timeline. You can just do you, and when the time comes, the time will come.
The timeline's here. I think I'm 40. I definitely have done I haven't until now, like the counting on my fingers of like, if I had a kid tomorrow, you know, like
right.
I know.
I'd be 50 and a dad
Do you
with
want
a
to have
10-year-old.
kids?
Yeah. And like,
I know
my-
you'll be so good. You'll be such a good dad.
I think I'd be good. I think I'd be good at all of it. I just have to like buy in, and I just like sit there on the edge of the pool, like afraid to jump in.
With your floaties. Can I ask what happened with your ex?
It just didn't. It just wasn't the right relationship.
The thing is, it has
Yeah.
to be so unbelievably good because it's so hard and so annoying sometimes.
Right. That's the thing, and like I think I just wanted different thing. It was tough. I mean, like I've even in the relationship since then, I can't put a finger on what I'm missing. I don't, and I wish I could. I don't know.
When
and,
you know.
right? And that
Totally.
drives me crazy too. You know, like that's like, well, then maybe I already knew. Like I have nothing to compare it to too. That's the thing. You go, is this it? Is this what everyone's feeling that they're talking so much about?
I know,
You know?
I know. Isn't that it? It's like, is this it? Maybe, I don't know. But then I don't know. Lately, sometimes it feels like everyone's a little miserable. Sometimes it feels
Well,
that's
like
true,
today,
100%.
my dad, so I got off, I flew from, I'm living in Delray Beach now for the summer. I'm seeing if I can make it work.
Oh my God,
And-
how fab.
I live 2 blocks from the beach. I'm loving it so far, but I've only been there like 6 days the whole month. But I flew Palm Beach.
That's a lot. 6 times at the beach is a lot.
It's been nice. So I flew Palm Beach to Atlanta to Heathrow. And then I got to Heathrow and I was like, you know what? The train seems like the tube seems like it's easy. You know, like I'm going to take the tube. I'm not that guy. Let me just say, I am a snob. I'm a Jap. I am summer camp Jew. I'm not trained from the airport guy.
Jared Freid, Jewish American princess.
That's
You
me.
should name
I
your
am-
next special.
I am summer camp Jew, high holiday Jew. I have never public transportation from the airport. Are you kidding? And I was like, look at me. And I did it today. I took the tube and it was quicker. It was probably the more sensible, correct option. But like, here's how privileged I am. I was like, I'll get my steps in. Like, no one takes if you take public transportation to get your steps in, you're doing well. So like, that's me. It is me in a nutshell. So I'm making videos about it, and I sent it to my parents. I'm on a group chat with my brother and his wife and my mom and dad, and I wrote to them. I was like, taking the train, and my dad wrote something back like, wouldn't it be nice to find a woman you could do that with? And I go, and I literally said to him, I go, the woman I would do that with, the woman that I would date would be so appalled by taking the train from the airport after a 12-hour journey to the airport. 12 hours of flying and then taking the train. I know the woman I'm going to date. I know the woman I'm going to marry. She's going to look at me and go, the train? But I have 3 bags. What are you kidding me? Like a little Jewish woman that would be like infuriated. And, and I'm like.
You're manifesting a beautiful life.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I took the train. I did shows in Chicago this weekend, and I was like I had breakfast with a friend in Chicago, and he was like, just take the blue line to the airport. It's like, you want to go with Uber, it's the most consistent way. And I was like, okay. And I did. And like they dropped me off at the blue line. Literally, like, it's supposed to take 34 minutes. It took 95 minutes.
Oh my God.
And it was like, I'm sitting on the train. It's like stopping, and it's like inching forward, then stopping, then inching forward. I'm missing my flight. Like,
wow.
This is terrible. This was on Sunday. I had work on Monday. And I, of course, had to human nature dictates that the urge then is to text the friend something innocuous like, oh my God, the train's being crazy. You might miss my flight.
Oh my God, how could you not?
The only reason you would do that is to make them feel weird. Like, so why are you doing it? Like, it doesn't help anything.
Oh
You're just
my
being
God.
like, take on
Oh my God, I know.
I resisted the urge. And then I did get there. It was Home Alone. It was movie. It was like 90s sitcom, sprinting to the airport, hurtling over things like, and of course, on the train too, there's this group of girls next to me. It's like, I just wanted someone else to film. I was like, I turned to them, I was like, I'm gonna miss my flight. They were like, we don't care, we don't know you. Like, and then just sprinting through O'Hare, like literally, I would love to know my like 400-meter splits. Like, got there it is so movie, like as they're closing the door, and then got on.
But that is the airport. They say the train is better than the car ride, and because it is a long car ride to O'Hare, longer than you think it's going to be.
And there was supposed to be a Cubs game or something. I don't know what sport's playing right now, but like there was some game happening that was like, that's going to absolutely come into play on your journey. And I was like, okay, like, but it did. I was just like, I would have been there by now for so long on the train. And I didn't know when I get to the train. You don't know like what the situation. It's like, am I getting then on like
then another train? It's like they should tell you how many trains.
What do you call it? A monorail or something. Yeah. But it was just an all-out sprint. It was just ultimately an all-out sprint.
How were the Chicago shows?
They were so fun. I did get, honestly, I will say, lightly heckled towards the end of the first one. But I did make the decision. I was like, I'm so sick of doing like this old material. I've been to Chicago twice, and like literally in the last 2 years, I've done like near identical sets. And I was like, I cannot do it a third time. So I was like, I'll close with one thing that whatever is like new-ish. And then like, I would say like 20% of each hour was like stuff that I've done around LA, but is definitely not like, whatever, like great yet. And then like, and then literally just things that happened in the last week, just like brought them up and hoped I said something funny. And that was so much fun. And like, but then, so, I just to close, I have this bit about when I had a dog, and I usually, when I'm bringing up the bit, do this little thing where I'm like, I briefly had a dog. I don't anymore. It was too much for me. I don't feel bad about it. I do this kind of faux sort of defensiveness. Yeah. And it usually gets like a medium laugh, whatever. And it kind of sets me into sell for my bet. And so then this is like my last thing of the hour. And it had been so fun. It was all like, honestly, podcast listeners in a way where I was like, I can't even trust y'all's laughs because you're so excited to be at like a podcaster show. But it's still, I was like, just let yourself enjoy it, whatever. And all like gay guys usually. And then like some some straight husbands who looked absolutely on the edge of suicide, but whatever. And then like
That's like my shows too.
and and then so when I was closing, I did that bit and I introduced it that way. And some like disembodied, honestly, no offense, Jared, straight voice from the
Right.
back yelled, "You should." And I was like, what? And then obviously the whole room is like gay guys and women. And they're like, and I was like, I think it's okay. It's okay. He has no power here. Like, and I didn't hear him. And I was just like, what'd you say? And he was like, I said you should. And I had another hour coming up. I'd flown in that morning. I didn't feel like I did. So I just was like, well, I don't. So that's like where we are with that. And then like that kind of song that is going on. But I wish that, but then I was just closing. So I worried that like it seemed like I was like ending because of that. You know what I mean? But it just had been an hour and I wanted to get off stage. But yeah, it was the kind of thing where I would have been like, it's like, yeah, I know that's kind of the humor here
Right.
is I should feel badly and I'm saying I don't. Like, so what you've done here is you've sort of named the joke a kind of classic thing.
Jared, you
an
should
unfunny person
apologize for
does.
screaming that during Pat's show.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I take one trip to Chicago a year, and I'm a big dog guy. No, I think it's the worst type of heckle. What you just said is so right. Like,
Right.
it's the worst heckle because he's agreeing with the joke.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
like,
yes,
Totally.
exactly.
It's like,
you
And
literally,
and
that's the
therein lies
funny
the-
part. Like,
I know. I wish I said yes, and therein lies the humor, huh?
Right.
And then like kept going.
Wait, so
But I hope-
to drop back in, Jared, who do you want to be? What's your dream?
oh my God. Well, hold on. I don't want to. There's the story.
I know
what-
it's that.
Well,
It's that I know what?
Are
No,
we up
I know
against
that
the
Pat has to
clock?
get to work. Well,
Oh,
I know
okay.
Pat has
I
work.
work, yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why. By
I'm
the way,
sorry.
that's
No,
why
it's
I'm
just-
being like this. Although I could
Listen,
kiki with y'all
but
all
my-
day, but I'm being a taskmaster.
I'm just making sure I didn't come on to this podcast and I don't want to ruin the dynamic.
You've been
I don't want to
nothing
amazing.
could ever come
Okay,
between us.
Wait, if that was the end of the story. That was the end of the
Well,
story.
we hate that guy. I'm
And then-
sorry for my brethren, my straight male.
Someone afterwards was like, he was blonde and had a blue shirt. I was like, okay, thanks. I'll go straight. I'll head to the
That's
police
so
office now.
funny.
Yeah.
I hate
Did you-
that.
did
Oh
you
my
work with
god,
this
that's so
stewardess?
funny.
Who do I want to be? I
Um,
will say I have a sweet answer to this. I've thought about this.
Great.
But I think I can. I don't know if it's funny, but you ever watch Ray Romano's special that he taped at the Comedy Cellar?
I have not.
No, should I?
He's very funny. Ray Romano, like it's like he's funny because he's Ray Romano. His stand up is so at the Comedy Cellar. They say that he's the guy that killed no matter what. Like he has a legend to him. He's also the nicest person. He like asks if it's okay to bump people. He like. He's just like has this like 10 out of 10 recommendation like from everyone
Amazing.
that comes across him. So he's like the best type of famous person to ever come across. But at the end of his special at the Cellar, they show him and his family going and getting pizza. And it's like they're
that's
talking
so
about the
sweet.
sick.
Aw.
And it's like I
Oh my
look at that, but I get
God.
it strikes fear into me because I look at that and I go, it can happen, like you go,
Of
you can
course.
have like the normal thing
Mhm.
and do this weird thing and your kids are going to get pizza with you. And he talks about his family and he's not like being clean for clean sake. Like he's not doing the clean to be corporate clean. Like he talks about like finding a pubic hair, like like he has, the bits are like surprising that Ray Romano's doing, talking about pubes. And you're like, oh, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, Ray's like, cool. You'll watch it and you'll go,
Is that Ray Romano? Is that Ray
Right.
Romano?
The Ray Romano you haven't seen.
right. so, but then the sweet part is like, there's an end with them getting Pizza Joe's. And I'm like, this is what I would like. I aspire to this. But then I'm like,
I love it.
then I
Yes.
have like another moment where I go, oh, all I have to do is have one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Like that's the only way to do it is to be a billionaire. Like
I know.
So like I get
know.
depressed by it too. Like I
know. Doesn't it feel like that sometimes where it's like, okay, either I'll make $1 trillion and have a compound or I will be unhoused momentarily.
Right.
It's like there's no in between, it feels like. It's like
I
in 10 years,
Right.
I guarantee I will be unhoused or I will live in a compound that looks like a commercial space.
Right.
And those are the two options.
And in comedy, it feels like the only way to have that compound is like to be like this, like awful human,
Yeah.
like you got to be like Theo Vaughn,
Physically abusive.
petting,
Totally.
petting Trump's hair, and you're like,
Oh
that's
my
what I have to,
God.
like there's no, like I watched that. That's the power of the Ray Romano thing. Is like he's doing like fun bits, like it's just fun, and it's like
I totally think you're gonna have all that.
Well, I hope so. Thank you.
And
I
guess
appreciate
what?
it. As long as you think it.
Oh, I know. I'm very smart, and there's something auspicious happening with the planets right now, so it's a good time to put those things out there.
Listen,
it's a good time to plant some seeds.
I love an auspicious planet, so
Can't hurt.
I'm happy to hear that.
Can't hurt.
Wow, that's a good one. When did you record that special? Was it after Raymond or before Raymond or
After.
during
It was
Raymond?
like a couple years ago. It's out. It's there.
Love.
You go look up.
It's
Ray
there.
Romano. It's there.
It's out. It's there.
It's hanging. It's ready.
You know,
It's in the
the-
ether.
Yeah.
It's in the ether.
The nun who taught me 5th grade science and hated me for being gay seeming loved Everybody Loves Raymond, and also Judge Judy.
Wow,
she
and
famously
you just
told me that-
triggered
and
Pat
she-
with your sweet story.
I'm sorry.
And she famously told me as a complete non sequitur apropos of nothing that on my smartest day, I'm dumber than Judge Judy on her dumbest day.
That's a fan.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
read me the bill. Read me the bill.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you all this. Do you have a crush of the week? Person, place, thing, idea, anything. Anything.
Ooh. Crush of the week.
Crush of the week. Did I tell you about my bonafide? I have like a gym crush right now.
Oh, I think-
he got me
what's going
he got
on?
me a band yesterday. He got me a band.
A
yesterday. I haven't
band?
talked about this. Like sometimes for the warm-up you need like bands. Like
I actually know
little
about bands.
whatever
Do you guys know that I just located my glutes in my 30s? I just found out.
Good
where
for
they
you.
are. I've
What-
been
And
Are you
Every
doing like the
time-
butt day? Like, is that like what you?
I'm trying. Basically, I never knew that I've only been activating my legs for years and years and years, and my ass is flat as a pancake, so weak, so weak. My trainer was like poking my butt, being like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And I was like, "I am flexing. I swear that is my ass." And we finally activated it. So it's over for you hoes. This summer, my ass is going to be high
Done.
above my head, bigger than
Love
a
it.
house, as Pat would say. Get over it.
But then anyways, he brought me a band. Like when people were getting
Anyways.
bands, he like walked over and
I
was
love
like,
how
well,
this
I just realized
podcast works. I
Works is really nice. Works is the best compliment we've ever received.
Yeah.
How it works.
WERK.
and he brought me it over. So I was like, okay, game on. Would you guys have crushes of the week?
Jared, do you have one?
My crush is on. Oh, like my crush is European patio coffees.
Love.
European
Ooh, yeah, of
outdoor
course.
coffees, cafe coffees. I just literally before all I've done today has gone from cafe to cafe, sitting outside, looking at my phone, and
Heaven.
updating notifications, and I am happier than a pig in shit.
How long are you over there?
Amazing, of course.
I'm here until Saturday, and then I'm going to Lisbon to meet my brother and his
Right.
wife and go sit at the beach in Comparta.
So fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
There is an
Very excited. That
It was-
was like the whole plan. They basically had this cruise and they were like, we're ending in Lisbon. And I was like, I'll meet you and let me see if I can make a show. So I made a show here in London. And that's the beauty of this life that we have.
I
like
know,
we
we're
can
so
go.
lucky.
We're lucky. Like you get to go to London and just tell some funnies, and then I can, write it off and go to Lisbon and hang with my brother and his wife.
Heaven.
Did you know there was a there's a sister meeting list fact, but it just came into my head. And I have to say, because it's funny to me that this is what my brain is telling me, that in March of 2009, there was an American record attempt on the women's half marathon in Lisbon, in which Kara Goucher came up short.
I think, yeah, we both knew that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I have my crush of the week.
Who's your crush of the week?
You're never going to believe this. I watched a full movie, got through it. It was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. My friend wrote it and stars in it. It's called The Ballad of Wallace Island, starring Tim Key, an amazing English comedian. Carey Mulligan's in it. It's like a perfect little film. It's so heartwarming, so funny, so lovely. My whole family loved it. It's fun for the whole family if you're looking for like a group movie. It's really good.
Where can
very
you watch
beautiful. It's on Peacock. This beautiful movie.
It's funny that you said like watch the whole movie, because on the flight here, I said to myself, Jared, if you can't watch a full movie without looking at your phone, then you have a problem.
Well,
so that was
of
my
course you can.
challenge
Yes.
for the flight. So for the whole, I did it, and I watched Jason Statham's A Working Man, and the face scan
Damn,
just made
that's brutal. I mean, pick a good one at least.
This is the straightest thing that's ever been said on this podcast. I went and watched this movie. It was awesome. He saves this young woman from like a trafficker. He now, this is all his movies, like the Beekeeper and A Working Man. And I was just sitting there cheering for Jason Statham. And I know you guys are waiting to find out. Happy to hear that I was able to stay off my phone the whole movie.
That's huge.
That's actually
That's
amazing.
genuinely huge.
Huge.
You know, I'm
So,
laughing
I
also
watched
because I
Half
saw the guy.
Lives.
I was flying back on Monday night, or what day is it? Anyways, the last night, and the guy next to me was watching that. You guys should talk.
It's the dumbest movie you've ever seen in your entire
Well,
life.
also,
I enjoyed
can I
every
say this?
minute of it.
The lights were like.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to sleep. I'm like.
Yeah.
It's
I watched
that guy.
I watched Past Lives on my flight from Chicago. I liked it. But then like, you know, when you see what the other person's watching, you're like, oh, that movie. And then you start reading the subtitles. You're like, I know that line. I was doing that with the person 2 rows ahead of me who was watching my best friend's wedding. And I
Oh,
was just
God,
reading
the
the subtitles.
I
That
just
was so
watched my
good.
best friend's wedding. It is
Perfect.
a perfect movie, and it's also it's way more aware of itself than I remembered it being. Like it is
Yeah.
totally in the movie. They're blaming her. I thought it was like one of those like,
I know.
hey, let's look back and see what like an asshole she
Right.
was being. She says it in the movie. She's totally aware in the movie. I
always
forgot that
say
that was like
it's-
part of it.
She's so perfect.
I always say it's like,
She is.
like people are love to be like, she's the villain. And I don't think she's the villain of the movie. I think it's like, she's the protagonist. The villain is the kind of existential burden.
Yeah,
and
the
the
villain is
question of like, why not
circumstance
me?
and
And the question
time's
of like,
cruel
will
hand.
The villain
Yeah.
is him. The villain is him.
Oh,
He
interesting.
thinks
He's
he's
the
leading her
villain.
on. Yeah.
I think he's
Because
leading her
he's
on.
like-
Then he is given this. This is listen, not to go against my own kind, but straight men are given the blissful naivete. We are always assumed to have no emotional intelligence whatsoever.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
if the assumption is that men have no emotional intelligence ever, then he's acting exactly how he's acting. But I don't believe that to be so. I can't be so sensitive and have someone be 100% less sensitive than me. So it doesn't
Totally.
make sense that he's like, they're all kissing on the lips. They have a date the week
I
of his
know.
wedding. Like
So real.
like it's
First of all, I
like
was
what?
like, y'all made a
That's
first of
so
all, I was like,
funny.
y'all and he knows like y'all made a pact. Y'all made a pact. So don't pretend you don't remember the pact.
Right. And he's like saying like he's saying sweet things. You know, he's watching her getting there's that scene where she gets like she's naked and she's uncomfortable and he's totally fine. It's just not a real
Yeah.
way to act. And also I will say the gay friend, what's his name? Dylan, not Dylan.
Rupert Everett.
Rupert Everett.
Rupert Everett
Legendary.
is the best friend in movie history. He goes to Chicago twice.
I know. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That
Do
is
you think he took the
crazy.
train to Heath?
Yeah,
What's it
yeah,
called?
That's my
over
favorite
here?
line. That's my favorite line is this. This is my favorite line is this. How did you know my dress was lavender? I didn't tell you my dress was lavender. And she stands up and finds him because he's like saying it because he's watching her
Yeah.
at the wedding.
So sweet.
It's great.
I
It's a
didn't tell
great
you
ending.
my dress was lavender.
But that whole movie's about friendship, and I actually believe my best friend's wedding, it's actually from Rupert Everett's. If you think about it, it's from his perspective. Because
Oh,
it's
interesting.
his best friend's wedding. She's his best friend. And this is him telling the story. Like, it could all be from his viewpoint.
Okay, literally,
because-
you need to write a dissertation on this. My full body.
Yeah.
We just did the You Up. We did like a rewatch of it just recently. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
just
okay.
like have this ready to go, but like
I'm like Jared's a genius.
well, I had this
the
realization.
foremost thinker on the gay guy in my
sweet
best friend's
baby
wedding.
angel genius. The last
Bring
time
it
it's
back.
allowed to be used.
Bring it back. Finally,
Bring
I get my flowers. No, if you think about it, like my best friend's wedding, like it's all because that's how I would see myself as a friend. Like I'm such a good friend. So if you think of it, like it's being told from his perspective, she's the best friend and he's telling the story. Like, look what my fucking best friend did at the wedding that she went to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know, something to chew on.
It's something? Leaving them uncomfortable?
Leaving them tantalized.
Now,
okay.
do y'all feel hot today?
I don't feel hot today.
Why not?
I'm out on. I think it's to do with I'm out on outline at work, which means I'm kind of furiously working on an outline against the clock, and there's lots of things to figure out in it, and it leaves me feeling obviously it's you get stressed out, you disengage, you could go back in, disengage. It's this kind of frenetic mind state I can kind of enter, specifically in this context, and So, and then also I didn't really have a weekend. I work Monday to Friday, and then I flew Saturday to Chicago and flew back. I'm just a little run through, as the kids are saying. Do y'all feel hot?
Cat?
Someone just commented on one of my reels, you look like a sausage. So, yeah. Jared, you have no idea the things I've seen. The way people talk to me, and it's so funny. You know what's actually cracks me up? It's even in videos where I'm the thinnest I've ever been, people will be like, she's obese. And I'm like, no, actually for me, this is really skinny is what I want to respond.
Where are these comments coming from? That's insanity.
No idea. They're all over. But I do feel hot today because, y'all, I voted in my nightgown. I voted for Zoran in my nightgown. Fingers crossed it all goes according to plan. And I walked and I had a little coffee. I had a little breakfast burrito. And it's very summer in the city. And it's, so yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Last thing I'll say in my life, I'm wearing the protective medal my grandma gave me in Texas.
That's huge.
Oh my God.
That's huge.
Do you feel hot, Jared?
I feel hot today. I got off the flight, didn't feel hot. Then I got to this hotel, took a shower.
I'm shocked that you're awake.
Took a shower right away, was did the thing where your parents tell you you don't go to bed. You got to go to bed when they go to bed. And I never do it. I was like, Jared,
no, you can't.
Get in that shower and act like it's morning and you're getting ready for the day. And I put on I got dressed a little, as you can see, put on my...
Yeah, you look great.
My lavender, thank you. Tan.
Yeah, seriously.
So, you're wearing a lavender dress.
I'm wearing
a lavender dress.
In homage.
I didn't tell you my dress was lavender.
That's right. So and then I went and sat and was you have your European self. When you get to London, you you kind of have a little moment of puff chest, look at me, American abroad,
Totally. The machismo is going off the chart.
That's right.
Totally.
And just anything can happen. I saw
anything
women.
Can happen.
That's right.
Well,
I saw women.
Women. Well, I just stared at women walking by me while I ate a cinnamon bun.
Oh, so fabulous. And imagine the accents they have coming out of those little pretty mouths.
Oh, my God. English accent gets me.
It's
over for you. You're about to fall in love.
My assignment to you for this trip is that the summer before Meghan Markle met Harry, she was planning out her whole summer and she was scheduling it quite tightly, and she was telling her friend this very crowded schedule for her summer, and her friend said, Meghan, just make sure you leave a little bit of room for magic. and then she met Harry. So my assignment to you, Jared, is to leave a little bit of room for magic on this trip.
I cannot wait to tell that story on other podcasts after I meet the love of my life and be insufferable
Regan told me
forever.
Well, I have to quote it. That's it. Claudia O'Doherty told me that, and I always quote it. So before publicly quoting it, I have to say, I don't know how she knows that, but she's the one who told me that exchange happened.
A little room for magic. I love it. Just like my coffee. Just a little room for magic. I'm going to say that now.
Our last segment is just, are you mad at me?
No.
No. Are you mad at me because I have to go to work?
No, I feel bad for you that you have to go to work, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I respect you.
I always worry people don't feel bad enough for me, so thank you.
I really do. He's on Zoom every hour of the day. I would die.
Jared, and I'm not mad at you at all,
Okay.
Jared. This has been such a delight.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I'm so impressed that you're awake and not jet lagged and functioning. It's really impressive.
It's 6 p.m. I'm going to go and get a nice dinner and fall asleep around 8 p.m. and wake up tomorrow and, leave a little room for magic.
What is your
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me. This is truly a pleasure.
We love
I'm
you.
so happy we
We'll
could
see
do
you
it.
soon. I'll see you back in New York and enjoy your travels and
Thank
have a
you.
great show.
Great to see you guys.
Treatment. If you're boring as fuck, seek treatment. If you're unlucky in love, seek treatment. If you just can't take a hint, well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
That was a Headgum podcast.